It doesn't happen, but unfortunately it does happen. Finding needles in a public area like a park. Coming up, I'll tell you what officials say you should do to make sure your kids are safe.
For several years, they've had an uncertain future. Their benefits revoked because of Eric C. Kahn's fraud. Just ahead, Justin Case breaks down their optimism thanks to a recent ruling.
After a chilly start to the day, warmer weather is finally heading our way. Find out how high those thermometers will climb coming up on Mountain News at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
It is a problem that unfortunately exists. As the weather warms up and you head to the parks, needles from someone using drugs could be left behind. WYMT's Connor James talks with one local sheriff about the efforts to get rid of the problem and what to do if you come across one yourself.
This is routine.
We check the one up at there's a park up Leatherwood, and we check it pretty often. And
a simple search of the park by Sheriff Joe Engel for something that poses a lot of danger.
Yeah, you know, we don't find a lot. We don't have reports of a lot showing up in parks. It's just something really that's kind of like that you just need to be aware of.
Needles sometimes left in public areas.
It's starting to warm up and the kids want to get out and play. And unfortunately, we do have a problem with IV drug use.
Now, Sheriff Engel says if you see those needles lying around the park, the easiest thing to do is call 911. If you need to get rid of the needle quickly, though, pick it up, put it in a plastic bottle, secure the lid, but do it all safely.
If it's in that bottle, it's not going to be able to poke or stick anyone.
For those who love the park, spring signals fun.
Yes, oh yes.
With the family.
Yeah. I have 3 kids of my own, and they are small. And yeah, when they get starting to pick up stuff, yeah, it does worry me.
But Chastity Couch says there's still that worry.
So yeah, you have to look around and make sure there ain't nothing.
But this should not deter you from enjoying your local park. Just use precaution.
It's something that parents need to be vigilant of, you know.
In Perry County, Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Perry County does have a needle exchange program at the health department. To get new needles, you do have to return old ones. An inmate who escaped work release nearly a month ago is back behind bars. Knox County deputies say they found Anthony Smith yesterday. Investigators say he was riding in a car that was stopped in the Gray community. He went on the run March 6th while on work detail. They told us Smith gave them fake identification before they realized his real name. Today, new accusations surfaced about a man in the Harlan County Detention Center. We first told you about Jeremy Smith last night. He is charged with breaking into a home and choking a woman in early March. Now we've learned Smith is also accused of holding a woman against her will for days in Leslie County and beating her. Here he is. From court records, we learned the woman, who we will not name, claims Smith broke into her home on March 24th and held her at gunpoint through the 26th. She claims he beat her until she suffered a small heart attack and scattered her nitroglycerin pills on the floor. In that case, Smith faces numerous charges, including first-degree assault. New developments in a Clay County murder case. Today we learned some sort of deal has been reached in the case of Isaiah Stidham. Court officials tell us his charge was amended to manslaughter. Sentencing is scheduled for May 6th. We tried to call the prosecutor to learn more about the deal, but have not heard back yet. Stidham was originally indicted for murder in the 2015 death of his girlfriend, Sherry Collins.
A little bit warmer across eastern Kentucky than we were yesterday, but still fighting off quite a bit of cloud cover in some locations, especially east of I-75. You can check out our Skycam over at the National Weather Service office in Jackson. Those clouds holding thick over there. Now, where the cloud cover has moved out, temperatures have warmed up a bit. We're at 54 in London and Williamsburg and Somerset, 59 into Monticello, but the clouds are still a little bit thicker. A little bit cooler, 46 right now, the local cool spot in Wise. Pinpoint Doppler not picking up any precipitation right now. We had a few isolated showers roll through the mountains earlier, mainly down along the Kentucky and Virginia borders and Kentucky-Tennessee borders. And you can see that line of clearing right now crossing I-75. So at least some of us should see some peaks of sun before sunset this evening. Taking you through the next 12 hours or so, we're going to see those temperatures go from the mid to upper 50s, generally into the upper 30s by tomorrow morning with clearing skies. Now, the only thing that's going to prevent frost from forming once again is going to be a little bit of a southwesterly breeze that's going to keep us from going too cold tonight. And that southwesterly breeze ushers in much warmer air starting tomorrow, Steve. We'll have more on that here in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Shane. 4 days ago, a ruling left former Eric C. Kahn clients feeling optimistic they will get their disability benefits back. Today, many of them met in Prestonsburg to learn more about what the ruling means. We sent WYMT's Justin Case out there. Many at the meeting told them they feel more hopeful now than they've felt in the last 4 years. Justin.
Steve, I am here in downtown Prestonsburg at the old courthouse where that meeting happened. Around 80 former Kahn clients were at the meeting. Now, remember, last November, judges with the 6th Circuit Court of Appeals ruled that the redetermination hearings held by the Social Security Administration were unconstitutional. Those hearings tried to determine if former clients were disabled or if they were a part of Kahn's scam. But now that the court ruled that their previous declaration will stand, hundreds of former clients are one step closer to having their benefits restored. One man I talked with says he's not only lost his benefits, but was told he had to pay back $100,000 in the benefits he received. He says if it wasn't for his son helping with bills, his family would have fallen apart.
He just got a job recently, you know. He's helping out too. If it wasn't for him helping out, I say me and my wife wouldn't have no food or nothing like that.
Steve, now we did also receive an official statement from Congressman Hal Rogers, who has been a major factor in this case moving forward. Let me just read a part of the quote for you now. He says, quote, "I have requested a briefing with the Social Security Administration, and I will continue to advocate for all the victims in this matter," end quote. So I'm going to have a lot more from Kahn victims coming up tonight at 11. I also interviewed Rocky Adkins, who was here at the meeting as well. So a lot more coming up tonight at 11. Just make sure to stay tuned. We'll send it back to you. Steve?
All right, Justin, thank you very much. Police still want to talk to the father of a 23-month-old boy who died in a Laurel County fire. Here's a look at Vaughn Brock. At this point, investigators say they just want to ask him some questions. Now, this is his son, Joseph. Joseph was found inside the home Saturday. Troopers say Vaughn Brock made it out. Neighbors told us he said the child was inside, but he didn't know where. He then took off up a hill behind the home. 1 week from today, the trial of a man accused of driving high and killing 5 people is set to begin. Following the crash, court records detailed toxicology reports that found Jason Gibson allegedly drove high on a cocktail of drugs and crashed on the Hal Rogers Parkway, killing members of 2 families in December of 2015, including an unborn child. Yesterday, a judge ruled against a motion to have those records thrown out. Officials with addiction recovery care are broadening their services. Their crisis to career approach is nationally known for its success rate. Now many other organizations are looking to do the same. Working with BitSource in Pikeville, they hope to start a website to help. Kayla Parsons says introducing the website will allow them to reach more people.
With us being able to put their approach online, it will spread the word for clients that are looking for those services, but also for other organizations that are wanting to help in the same way that we are.
The Crisis to Career program helps former addicts find and obtain a job. Parents should be concerned about a new way their kids could be getting high. Teens are filling their vape or dab pens with THC oils. WYMT's Marianne Fletcher shows us what to look for.
A growing problem.
For many, many years, it's always been cigarettes, but now
minors who vape could be subjecting themselves to something other than nicotine.
We're finding wrappers that are liquid THC.
THC is the main mind-altering ingredient found in marijuana. Pikeville High School's principal Jason Boer says police even found these products in the school.
Their canine dogs not only hit on THC like marijuana joints, but they also hit on liquid THC.
Parents should be on the lookout for colorful wrappers like this.
They need to know what they're looking for, and these things, when they're packaged like toys or cereal boxes, they may overlook it totally and not know what it is.
Even a local vapor shop is working to cut down on minors using the products.
I think it's a problem. I think that it's definitely concerning.
Ryan Hall is the CEO of Mountain Vapors. He says they card everyone who walks through the door.
even if they're accompanied by somebody who is above age or even their parent.
Hall hopes the community working together will help end the trend.
You know, we're on your side. We don't want to get kids hooked on anything.
In Pike County, Marianne Fletcher, WYMT Mountain News.
Principal Jason Boer says other schools should utilize their local police K-9 units to see if their students are doing the same thing. After moving to a smaller location, the St. James Episcopal Church in Prestonsburg still makes a big impact in their community. Only having a handful of members, every Tuesday they open their doors to those in need. Inside their church, they have a soup kitchen, a food pantry, and even a thrift store. St. James started their pantry way back in 1979.
We don't judge our success or failure by the number we have on Sunday. Today is the day that we really feel like it's the extension of our Sunday service. So there are a lot of people who come through. I think last year we served over 5,000 people.
If you would like to make a donation to the pantry, you can visit our website, WYMT.com, for more information. A big event this Friday is planned to help restock food pantries. Power Up the Pantry will be held in Hazard and Prestonsburg. From 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. you can drop off non-perishable food items, baby supplies, or monetary donations at the ARH Medical Mall parking lot in Hazard or the Big Sandy Community and Technical College lot near the Science Center in Prestonsburg. WYMT is among several businesses, colleges, and local governments participating.
Spring is finally in the air across southern and eastern Kentucky, and those temperatures are going to reflect that. We should be around 65 this time of year. Well, we get there tomorrow, and after that, way above it. A full look at the forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
And as more trees and flowers start to bloom, that means the spring allergy season starts to ramp up. Just ahead, how to beat that allergy season.